For more than a decade, Peru has been the rising star in Latin America. The economy boomed and poverty was slashed. The Andean country, where most people were poor, appeared to be undergoing a transformation. But not everything in the country has advanced as fast as its economic growth. Public sector workers still fight to get paid a decent wage, and teachers were the last to strike, demanding better pay. Peru's education system was already in trouble. Then teachers walked out of classrooms and took to the streets across the country. School children missed 2 months of classes. Now they're trying to catch up. Peru has long been at the bottom of the class compared to its neighbours in terms of its education. It is slowly improving, but are the right steps being taken fast enough to ensure that these children have a joyful and engaging learning experience and are being properly prepared for a future in the 21st century workplace? In 2014, Peru ranked last in the International Student Proficiency Assessment, or PISA. 1 year later, it was the most improved performer in South America. Progress is being made, but teachers say the reforms don't go far enough.
Peru is one of the countries in which teachers are the most poorly paid and have the least recognition for their work. We believe this has to change. We've had to strike to improve the situation. It has to improve so that we can have the financial stability to give our all to our students.
Many teachers have a second job to supplement their low wages, even though they've now been boosted to around $600 a month. One economist says Peru's GDP investment in education falls short.
We invest 3.8% of our GDP in education. That's low. That's very low. Our peers will invest between 5 and 7% of their GDP in education. We invest $1,200 per student per year. And that's also low when compared with what Mexico, for instance, invests. Mexico will invest $2,400 per year per student, twice as much as we do. Chile invests 3 times as much as we do per student per year. So our investments are clearly lagging behind.
While improving pay will help improve the quality of teaching, it might not get to the root of the problem. Teachers may be undervalued, but often they don't meet the qualifications for the job.
Quality of our teaching force is low, is very low. If you go to the admission exams of any big university in the country, you will see that the top scores will go to medicine, engineering, economics, and the bottom scores for getting into university will go to the teaching professions. We are not able to select the best. We're only selecting the lowest standardized scores for the teaching profession. This is something that we need to change. We need to change the status of the profession.
High in Peru's central Andes, the Jose Santos Chocano Secondary School serves the small town of Yauli. With less than 170 children in the entire school, teachers can focus more on students' progress. The school has up-to-date facilities, attendance is high, and pupils are generally motivated. Some excel. Even so, these kids are not just catching up with missed classes after the teachers' strike. Some have also missed out on chunks of their early education. For Constance Salazar, who's teaching science as part of a Young Leaders program aimed at improving Peru's education, there's a big gap.
The gap is big. You feel the gap teaching a normal class session, especially in terms of the children's understanding. I'm making every effort for them to understand me, but if you don't link a theory or concept to something physical, they simply don't understand.
Children in rural areas often lag behind their peers in the towns and cities due to fundamental early learning gaps. Meanwhile, teachers often have to pay more than a third of their earnings on their own training. With the best will in the world, that's often difficult, even impossible, the school's head teacher, Luis Fegarano, told CGTN. Against the odds, in this mining town, some children get on to higher education, mostly through scholarships or grants. Overcoming a tough start in life, some of these kids have drive that would shame the most successful entrepreneurs. During this series, we'll see how they progress. Dan Collyns, CGTN, in Yauli, Peru.